Welcome to Mbuya Parent School and Kindergarten, situated in Kampala City with modern, well-equipped facilities plus extensive playing fields and amenities. Mbuya Parent School believes that a better future lies where children know how to find and create balances in themselves and the world around them. This explains our fusion of academic subjects and co-curricular activities. There are many opportunities presented to them to flourish both in and outside the classroom.
I want to become a president when I grow up.
I want to be a pilot.
I will be the best fashion designer.
Mbuya Parent School, the sky is our limit.
Hello learners, I'm Teacher Judith, a teacher of P4. I bring warm greetings from your P4 teachers, and they urge you to keep praying because with God, everything is possible. At this moment, we are going to look at patterns and sequences. And under patterns, we shall look at even and odd numbers. This is going to be our first lesson under patterns and sequences. So before I start, at the end, we must know what a pattern is. We must know what a sequence is. We must know even numbers and odd numbers. So we are going to start with even numbers. Even numbers. You'll ask yourself what even numbers are. What you should know that even numbers are numbers that are exactly divisible by 2. And these numbers are, we have 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and many others in that pattern. So, for you to know that these are even numbers, you have to share them by 2, and you'll get no remainder. The remainder will be 0. I have my 2 boys. I have Michael and John. These 2 boys bought 6 sweets. I'll pick on one of these even numbers. He picked 6 sweets. And they shared the sweets as I'm going to show you. So these were the 6 sweets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the 2 boys had to share these sweets equally. So we have John, and we have Michael. And these were the 6 sweets they shared. When Michael took 1, John also requested for 1. Then Michael took another, and John also had 1. Michael had another, and John had another sweet. When you look at the 2 boys, they shared the sweets evenly. At the end of it all, I had no sweet left with me. That means 6 is an even number. I also picked on another number, which was 4. At this time, I had my friends. I had Amina and Aisha. The 2 had pencils. Their parents bought for them 4 pencils, and this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. They shared these pencils equally, and this is how they shared them. When Amina took 1, Aisha also picked a pencil. After Aisha had picked a pencil, Amina came and picked another pencil. And Aisha also picked a pencil. The 4 pencils were all done, and they were left with no pencil to share. This shows us that 4 is also even, because Amina and Aisha got equal shares and no pencil remained. So, after knowing that even numbers are numbers that are equally, that when shared by 2, you get no remainder. Now, we are going to see an odd number. Let's look at odd numbers. Let's look at odd numbers. So, when you come to odd numbers, these are numbers that are not exactly divisible by 2. Whenever they are divided by 2, you always have a remainder, and the remainder is 1. So, these are some of the numbers we can look at. We have 1. 1 is odd. 3, 5, 7, 9, and others you can list. So we are also going to use the same method to see how these numbers are shared between the 2 people, or divided by 2. In this case, I had my friends Kakungulu and Mugisha, and these people were to share 7 sweets. And these were the sweets: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So let's see how they share. Let's see how they share. These are the 7 sweets. We are sharing the sweets between Kakungulu and Mugisha. So when Kakungulu got a sweet, Mugisha also picked on one. Kakungulu had another one, and Mugisha also got a second sweet. Kakungulu got the 3rd sweet, and Mugisha also got the 3rd sweet. I was left with 1 sweet. That means that 7 is an odd number, because I was left with 1 item, which was the sweet. Therefore, that confirms that 7 is odd. So we can have another example where we had Mr. Opio. We had Mr. Opio and Mr. Okia. These 2 also had to share some pencils, because their children wanted the pencils. So they were to share pencils to see that their children go to school. This time they picked on 5 pencils. They picked on 5 pencils. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see whether we shall have a remainder or we shall share everything. This is Opio's bag, and that is Okia's bag. So this is how they shared. Opio took 1, Okia picked on 1. Then Opio took another 1, and Okia took another 1. I have 1 left. None of them can take this one. So that means 5 is also odd. So this confirms that whenever we divide an odd number by 2, we shall always have a remainder 1. So when you look at this list, these are all odd numbers. And when you look at these ones also, they are all even numbers. We have another simple way that will help us know odd and even numbers using a table. When we are using a table to identify even and odd, we shall always have the even on the upper part. Then we shall have odd numbers below. When we go back to our even numbers, you see that we start with 0. So put in mind that 0 is always the first even number. So we shall start with our 0. What number comes after 0? Everyone will say 1. The 1 will come down as an odd number. Then from 1, we shall go to, yes, somebody says 2. So the 2 is written up there. And what follows 2? 3. What comes after 3 is 4. In that order, you have to fill your table and come up with a list of even and odd numbers. So if I have 4 here, then I'll have 5 there. When you sit down and assess or look at these numbers up, you'll see that they are all even numbers. And those below, you'll also use the method we've been using of sharing, and you find out that they are all odd numbers. So with that, my dear friends, we've all known what even and odd is. We can list the odd, we can list the even numbers. So with me, I have an activity that at the end of it all, we shall have an activity where you'll answer several numbers. After answering them, send your answers to your class WhatsApp groups, where in the next lesson, we shall have to go through them and you get the feedback. I remain Judith Amon, and please stay home, keep a social distance, and please listen to your parents and always do your work. Not forgetting prayers, because with God, everything is possible. Bye-bye.